Start your morning the ABC way, where all your dreams come true on the Love Boat, where fighting is fun on the Family Feud. And on Ryan's Hope, two men struggle with the threat of the past when a mysterious woman stuns Frank with her reappearance.
Who knows Frank Ryan better than I do?
And the ghost of Mary returns to haunt Jack.
Do you know I haven't left you?
And threatens to destroy his love for Lee. Ryan's Hope, weekdays.
Channel 7 puts you in the spotlight on Hollywood's Night of Nights.
This is very embarrassing.
Starting at 7:30, go backstage for an Oscar preview with Entertainment Tonight.
Thank you.
Await the verdict with Tootsie, Gandhi, Sophie, and Francis.
You were just grand.
From behind the scenes to center stage, you're up front with all the action.
Entertainment Tonight kicks it off at 7:30, followed by the Barbara Walters special. Then at 9, it's the 55th Annual Academy Awards, all right here on Channel 7.
My picks for tonight's Oscars at 5.
Hey, big fella, what you doing?
Oh, excuse me a minute here. Video. Watch this, okay? This should be fun. Hey, man, what the hell is that, huh? What do you think you're trying to do, wise guy? Well, I'm just testing, that's all.
Testing who, man?
Or the equipment. You see, I've never seen anything like this before. I just want to try my own tape.
Hey, it's just a little mix-up, no big thing. Please, don't stop the prancing, don't stop the romancing, and keep on dancing, all right?
What are you doing? What do you think you're going to accomplish by all of this?
That was my next question, wise guy. You know, you got a multiplex variation here, 30 decibels, and I never see anything like that, so I was assuming that the impedance would be double in this case.
Yeah, man, I'm gonna double up on you. You dig this? This is 6 months in the hospital, man. This is sudden death. You ain't making no sense, but am I making sense to you?
Tell me about your video machine here. Tell me what kind of...
Oh, man, you think you're so cute, don't you? Asking me how to run this equipment. You know how to run it all along, didn't you? Why'd you ask me that?
I want to see if you know how to run it, because people with big mouths...
Oh, man, you're a liar. You understand? You put that chick's picture up there to see how it would affect me, didn't you, huh? Why'd you do that? And you better have a good reason, man. I'm gonna hit you so damn hard that when you wake up, your clothes are gonna be out of style.
There's no need to... physical here.
Get your hands off him and watch out for his glasses.
Man, this dude ain't wearing glasses.
They're in his pocket.
Yeah, well, I'm gonna teach you a real valuable lesson, man. I'm gonna introduce your backbone to your chest bone.
Stop it! Leave him alone! Stop it! Somebody's gonna get hurt! Stop it! Johnny, do something! Why should I? What? I said, why should I? You two are the ones that came in here and caused all this trouble. What did you think you were going to prove by putting that tape in there, huh?
What are you doing? I didn't start just pitching stuff.
Stop it! I think I'm giving him a good reason to do this. Now stop it!
Hey, baby, thanks for sticking up for me. That's cool.
Why are you sticking up for him? Because you two are the ones that are causing all the trouble.
Hey, let's be cool now, okay? I got a business to run. All right? Why don't you two idiots get out of here and take your tape with you?
Huh? Get out of here. Come on. Get out of here. Come on, let's go, all right? Before I get mad at this guy and embarrass him in front of the screen like I'm out on the floor with his face.
I don't know. The nerve of those two.
What is it with your two friends?
Well, I can tell you one thing. They're not my friends anymore.
Yeah, I gotta tell you something. I like the way you stuck up for me. Made me feel good inside, you know what I mean?
Hey, preacher, I hope you can back up your talk, you know what I mean? Because I'm not here for fun. We're going to walk here, but hey, man. This is only round one.
The Edge of Night is brought to you by Mountain Grown Folgers, Mountain Grown coffee, the richest kind, and by new Era Plus. Gets out many tough stains to get your whole wash clean.
Hidden deep in the mountains of your dirty laundry are some very tough stains. Introducing an incredible new laundry detergent that gets them out. Introducing new Era Plus with protein. Why protein? Because stains like tough color soil, ketchup, even ground-in grass are made of protein. And protein gets out protein stains. Era Plus on even set in blood. Protein gets out protein. Put a little AeroPlus on problems. Add a quarter cup to clean the whole wash. Nothing gets out every stain, but new AeroPlus will get out some of the toughest. New AeroPlus with protein gets out stains to get your whole wash clean.
Something's been missing from today's automatic drip coffee makers. Now, it's here. Introducing delicious new Folgers automatic drip coffee.
This new grind is Folgers' latest advance for today's coffee makers. You see, today's machines brew so fast that the wrong coffee grind can leave flavor behind. New Folgers automatic drip is specially ground. Really lets Folgers' rich mountain-grown flavor come through fast. Delicious. And Folgers is a coffee recommended by Mr. Coffee. So don't miss out on Folgers' mountain-grown flavor from today's coffee makers. Get new Folgers automatic drip coffee.
Hi, honey.
Hi. What's it like out there in the world?
It's a very chilly evening.
Well, you need something to warm you up. How about a pot of tea?
That would be my second choice.
What's your first choice?
Hug and a kiss. Come here.
Oh, you did it.
So, any calls?
No, nothing for you, thank heavens. I want you all to myself tonight.
You got me.
There was a call from Geraldine, however.
Oh, really? What you want?
Well, it was something that struck me as sort of curious.
How come?
Well, it's about a report that she said she needed. One that I had brought home with me when I cleaned out my office at the studio. A sort of insignificant report, but she made it sound so urgent that I sent Mrs. Goodman down to the studio with it.
It doesn't sound so curious to me. Maybe she really needed it.
I know, but she was just so insistent that she have it tonight.
Well, listen, if she said she needed the report, she needed it. Why are you making such a big point of it?
I don't know.
Hello.
Good evening, my dears.
Is something wrong?
No, in fact, some things are improved.
Well, please sit down and tell us what's happened.
Well, since Mrs. Goodman was kind enough to make a special trip to the studio this evening, I thought I would bring her back here on my way home.
Yes, and oh, thank you so much, Mrs. Saxon. I have been through a thing or two tonight. Let me tell you, I don't think I could have made it on my own.
Oh, that's nonsense. And since I was partially responsible for your unnerving experience this evening, well, I think it's only right that I make amends. So I've invited myself up here to the penthouse for a little tea and sympathy.
Sympathy? What for?
Why, for Mrs. Goodman, of course.
You see, when I got down to the studio with the document for Mrs. Saxon, who do I find there? None other than the chief of police.
Derek was there? Why?
If I may interrupt for just a moment.
Oh, gladly.
I am afraid that I had a part in a scheme to get Mrs. Goodman to come to the studio this evening. I was encouraged to call you, Nicole, on the pretext of needing that report. I was sure that you wouldn't want to bring it yourself and that Mrs. Goodman probably would be your messenger. Well, it was Derek Valerie's idea, not mine. I wanted no part in it.
I don't understand this. Why did Derek want Mrs. Goodman to come to the studio?
Apparently, he thought it was important to find out if she had access to the studio.
Right. So, there I was, ringing the doorbell, and nobody comes to the door. So, I opened the door with that key that you gave me. Remember, I'd forgotten I had it.
You had a key? I forgot all about
Wait,
that.
are you saying that Derek suspects you?
Yeah, well, he had really pretty good reason to for a while there. You see, I've been telling this little white lie about the night that Nora got done in, and that's when all the trouble started.
What little white lie?
Well, remember the night that Nora was killed? I told you that I wasn't feeling well and I had to go home?
Yes, of course. That's what you told me. That's what you told the police.
Yeah, I know it. Well, it wasn't true. The truth was about my son-in-law that always gets into so much trouble. That night he'd gotten arrested for running an illegal gambling game. And so my daughter called me. She was frantic, naturally, and she asked me if I would go to the police station with her to bail him out. Well, naturally, I did that, and oh, I don't know. I know I shouldn't have lied about it. It was dumb to do that. I just wanted to protect her.
Of course you did. I would have done the same thing exactly. We all try to cover up for the people we love.
We sure do. Isn't that right, Nicole?
You should know, dear.
At any rate, Mrs. Goodman, you have no cause to worry. I'm sure that Derek Mallory will have no trouble checking on your story.
No, I'm sure he won't.
Of course, it just complicated it all, lying about it. But I also, you know, didn't want to just burden you with my problems.
Oh, please don't worry about it. It doesn't matter. I'm just upset that Derek suspected you at all.
Yes, that was very unfortunate and very distressing for Mrs. Goodman. Yeah. You know, for all you've been through this evening, I think you need a little rest.
Yeah, well, I don't know. I'm really feeling better now, and I thank you so much, Mrs. Saxon. I thank all of you for your sympathy. And I think what I'm going to do now is make some tea to go with it. If you'll excuse me.
Yeah, Chief. Well, if Mrs. Goodman wasn't where she said she was at the time of the murder, then where was she? With domestic problems? Son-in-law, huh? Well, you got a name? Yeah. No, I'll check it out first thing in the morning. Should be real easy. No problem. Okay, good night. Well, if it isn't my erstwhile roommate.
What do you mean, erstwhile? I'm still your roommate.
Well, I haven't seen you around here in so long, I was beginning to wonder, have you actually gotten taller since the last time I saw you?
You haven't changed.
Oh, I see. Not much enthusiasm tonight, huh? Would a beer help?
Yeah, it might.
You know what your problem is, pal? You have been spending too many nights staying up late without rest. Am I right or am I right?
Yeah, I was working late hours at the theater preparing the production.
Oh, working till dawn, huh? Now that's what I call dedication.
And all to no avail.
What's that supposed to mean?
The production's been canceled. Sky Whitney closed the theater.
Closed it? What happened?
Something to do with finances. He has to close it or sell it. So he says, anyway.
What does he mean he's got to sell it? With all the loot that guy's got, he couldn't possibly need money.
Apparently, he's in a bind.
Wait a minute. He just can't do that. I mean, you've got a contract. Haven't you got something in writing?
Not worth a damn, according to the fine print.
Whoa. I'm really sorry to hear that. I mean, I know you've been working like hell to make a go of it.
Yeah, it's all down the tubes now, buddy.
So now what?
Who knows? I'll just mark time for a little while, I guess.
Well, look, if you have any trouble in the finance department this month, don't worry about the rent. I mean, you haven't been around all that much lately anyway. Something coming.
While you're up.
Yeah.
Hello, Calvin, dear. Is Gavin around? This is Camilla Devereaux calling.
Just one moment. It's Camilla, dear.
Thank you. Hello, Camilla.
Oh, Gavin, how are you? You know, I'd hoped you'd be on your way over by now.
I'll be there in a few minutes. Anything you need?
Yes, you. Desperately. Hurry over. I'll see you soon.
Bye.
Oh.
Patricia, this is a surprise.
Hello, Camilla.
I wish you'd called. You see, I'm expecting someone.
I'm sorry, Camilla. I seem to be turning up like a bad penny, don't I?
Well, that's all right. He won't be here for a few minutes. Come in.
I won't stay very long. I just really felt the need to see a friendly face tonight.
Butter? I thought we were eating lighter.
Got butter, and we are.
Then it's margarine, same old fat and calories.
No, 25% less fat and calories and less salt.
New Fleischmann's Light, the only one with 25% less salt, 25% less fat, 25% less calories than regular margarine.
Next, you'll say it's delicious.
Nope. You will.
It's delicious.
For a minute.
Thank you.
Would you like a drink? I was going to have a short one myself.
No, nothing for me, thank you.
Oh, how about one of these? I just made them for Gavin. They're his favorite kind.
No, I wouldn't want to spoil the design.
What a nice thought.
Gavin, Wiley, isn't it? That handsome young man I met here the other night.
That's right.
You seem very attached to him. Are you?
Mm-hmm.
You know, Camilla, I have to admit that when I saw the two of you together, I felt a little envious.
Good heavens, why?
Well, I was thinking back on my life with Ian. The good times, I mean. I was very much in love with him, as I'm sure you remember.
Oh, I remember. I also remember it was you who insisted on the divorce.
I know. I know I didn't have any choice.
It's very funny to me. I mean, if you loved him, as you say you did, how could you make the choice you made?
What else could I do once Ian told me the truth about himself? Now, you may not understand that, but that's the way it was.
Mm-hmm. Well, if you're referring to those juvenile little espionage tactics of his, I'm very happy to say he left them all behind very long ago.
A little late for me now, isn't it?
Apparently. But after all, it was just that one silly escapade.
You may not want to remember this, Camilla, or even care. But that one silly escapade almost cost me my life. I don't mind admitting that I was scared to death. I begged him to get out of it then, but he wouldn't. That's why there was nothing left for me to do but to leave him.
Yes, Patricia, nothing left for you to do because your high-flown sense of morality was threatened. Your little Puritan ethics were violated. I'm sure there are people who would be very proud of you for what you did.
Look, I am sorry if I come across superior or conceited. But how could I stay married to a man who traded in dirty little international political secrets, who put his own wife in jeopardy, my family?
Oh, don't bring up your family, those wonderful old Bostonians.
I cannot help the way I was raised.
Patricia, sometimes you are despicably respectable. Oh, why are we talking about this, for heaven's sake? Ian is no longer a spy. He lives another life now. I don't think this conversation is going any further.
Look, I'm sorry. I seem to have made you a little angry. And it's my fault for raking up the past. I hope what you say is true. That Ian's through with all of this spying nonsense.
Believe me, it is true. However, I don't see why you should care either way.
I don't either. But I do.
Oh, Patricia, for heaven's sake, leave it behind. Ian's married again. He's in love. He's wildly happy.
You brush your teeth yet?
Math test tomorrow.
Can't help you with metrics.
I thought you knew everything.
Hey, I do about some things, like cavities.
Oh.
I know you could get even fewer than I did.
How you know that?
Because I know advanced formula cress has fluorostat.
So?
Compared to the cress I grew up on, it's even tougher.
My homework's tougher, too.
Quit worrying. You always make Mom and me real proud.
With Crest, your kids could have even fewer cavities than you did.
It was noon when Claire's mom discovered shiny dishes without towel drying.
Beautiful shine.
I didn't even towel dry. What a joy.
But what about spots?
With Lemon Fresh Joy, dishes dry practically spot-free.
Fact is, other leading brands can dry leaving spots. Joy's unique anti-spotting formula lets dishes dry practically spot-free, down to the shine.
Gorgeous.
Without a towel.
Discover Lemon Fresh Joy for a beautiful shine without a towel.
I can feel it.
It's a clean, so clean, I can feel it. I can feel it.
Discover a clean so revolutionary that even after 25 years, no soap has been able to match it. It's Zest Deodorant Bar, a better way to clean. See? Zest rinses away cleaner. Soap can't do that. In water, you can actually see the difference.
I can feel the difference.
You can feel it. Zest. In 25 years, nobody's done clean better.
Come on in, Cal.
Thank you.
Hi, sit down.
Something from the bar?
No, thanks.
You're not on duty, are you?
No, I have a date. I just stopped by briefly to clear up something about this development with Mrs. Goodman. I thought it might have upset you.
Yes, as a matter of fact, it did.
Yes, we resent the way it was handled. It was very devious of Derek to use Geraldine to trap Mrs. Goodman.
Yes, I know, Nicole. These things are not often handled cordially, but Chief thought that there might be something there, and of course he couldn't prove anything until we were sure that Mrs. Goodman had a key.
Well, I hope he's completely satisfied now.
Yeah, I just spoke to him, and he finds her alibi quite credible. I'm going to check it out in the morning.
I would like to know why she was suspected in the first place.
Well, I shouldn't have to remind you that because of her relationship with Nora Fulton, she certainly had motive for violence.
Well, I guess I have to agree with that. I mean, just that stuff about being locked out on the balcony.
Yeah. In fact, I guess you should know that even Mitzi Martin was suspect or checked out for the same reason, motive.
The woods are full of suspects, aren't they?
Well, they were. Unfortunately, even Gunther Wagner's been cleared. But I don't want to take up any more of your time. Look, I really just wanted to try and do some fence mending for the department.
Well, thank you. Even though we were very upset by the incident tonight, I suppose Derek was right in his position.
Well, you do understand why both the chief and I are very interested in finding the murderer, don't you?
Yes, we do. Thanks, Calvin.
So you're a good friend, Calvin.
Good night.
So long.
Good night.
So, our hopes for a miracle solution are fading by the minute. The police have officially removed 3 names from the list of suspects: Gunther Wagner, Mitzi Martin, Mrs. Goodman. And the one name they refuse to add to it is mine.
I can't believe it. I can't believe she would defend that preacher person over us. Cliff, we're practically her best friends.
Certainly was a surprise, wasn't it?
I don't know what the big deal was all about.
Yeah, the preacher obviously didn't like Nora Fulton's face in his video disco. Put this tape on there to get a reaction from him. Certainly did get a reaction, didn't I?
Yeah, you're not kidding. Cliff, does that mean he's guilty?
Well, he certainly was upset. Well, maybe Dee Dee's right. Maybe Preacher was so mad at Nora because she was blackmailing him that he followed her to the TV studio, discoed his way in the door, and killed her.
But Cliff, Jody knows that he killed Nora and her own sister's being indicted for murder. I mean, how can she defend the creep?
That wasn't Jody we saw at the disco. That was an actress playing a role.
Huh?
Well, sure. I mean, suppose you picked up the script and you read in the movie where this beautiful young girl was hanging around this sleazy creature. Why would she hang around him?
Because she wants to get on his good side, so he'll tell her the truth.
That's right, yeah. She defended him so that he would trust her, so that she could spy on him.
But Cliff, you know, that guy's really violent. I mean, he tossed you across the room. Isn't Jody in trouble?
Upset over this if I were you.
Yeah, well, your lawyer friend's a real clown, and that goes for his airhead girlfriend, too.
Oh, he's not my friend anymore, and Cliff just has this way with irritating practical jokes that he thinks are funny and they're not.
Yeah, well, it wasn't funny. I mean, what kind of joke was that to put Nora Fulton's face on the screen like that? What do you think he was trying to prove?
I don't know. Sometimes I don't know how his stupid mind works.
Yeah, well, I think he knew what he was doing, and I think he was trying to make a point.
Well, I think that you should forget it because I have. Come on, let's dance. No. Let's slow dance.
Ooh.
Nice and dreamy.
Oh, let me put on some music.
I love the honest wheat taste of Kellogg's mini wheat. But the frosting side agrees with the little kid in me.
To the wholesome wheat, I happily say, I do. But the little girl in me loves the frosting, too.
Kellogg's regular and apple frosted mini wheat cereals. Now we've added even more apple taste.
Crunchy shredded wheat is really on the ball, but the frosting side tastes mighty good to guys who don't think small.
New and improved Ziploc presents Stanley Block. In an attempt to demonstrate how easy it is to close Ziploc storage bags with the new Easy Close Zipper, we've gotten Stanley Block, America's biggest klutz. He'll prove that anyone can close new improved Ziploc. There goes Stanley. He's zipping it. He's shaking it. He's done it! There's no better way to protect foods than with Ziploc bags, and now our new Easy Close Zipper makes it klutz-proof.
General Hospital.
I want to tell you about tonight.
What?
I want you to wear that sexy perfume.
For Scotty and Heather, passion is even stronger than love. General Hospital.
Excuse me, sir. Are you Mr. Richard Scanlon?
Yes.
There's a telephone call for you, sir.
Thank you.
Oh, and sir, what name shall I charge your drink to? That is your club code name.
Constantine.
Constantine. Very good. Thank you, sir.
Depends on the odors you've got.
Renews it in the closet, open just a touch.
Renews it in the kitchen, open this much. Renews it in the bathroom, open wide.
Helps keep your house smelling fresh and clean inside.
Renews it.
Renews it. Do's it.
And we're priced right.
Tonight, meet Linda Evans, Robert Mitchum, and Eddie Murphy on an extraordinary Barbara Walters special. Then, the 55th Annual Academy Awards, live on television's biggest night.
Wednesday on The Fall Guy, it's an incredible cross-country race as Colt and Howie protect a murder witness from two killers. Then a doctor's unethical move to save his dangerously ill daughter could cost him his career on Ryan's 4.
Tonight on ABC's World News Tonight. Were you planning to cheat on your taxes this year? The IRS says cheaters beware.
They're assuming a much greater risk today than they were last year.
Will new supercomputers put the pinch on tax evaders? ABC News, uniquely qualified to bring you the world.
TV's more complicated. Local, network, cable, pay. To watch the best that's on, pick up the best. This week's TV Guide.
Sunday, see a pitcher's muscles in action, a mother's unique way of protecting her young, and a ritual dance by fire on Ripley's Believe It or Not. Then a young girl sweeps Matt Houston off his feet, straight into murder.
You killed her.
Then an experiment out of control,
Even sex is a mystical experience for you.
and only love could save him. William Hurt enters the world of altered states.
Sunday.
I've been using Murphy's oil soap all through this house of mine.
Now the dirt is finished, but the finish is fine.
We've been using Murphy's oil soap on cedar, oak, and pine.
Now the dirt is finished, but the finish is fine.
Cleans everything, safe as can be.
Kind to your hands and fresh naturally. You'll be using Murphy's all the time. 'Cause the dirt is finished,
but the finish is fine.
People have trusted pure natural Murphy's oil soap for 75 years.
Jennifer, there's someone here to play with you.
With me?
She's your very best friend.
Ooh, it's strawberry shortcake.
Now there's a video game just for little girls. Strawberry Shortcake musical matchups. Your little girl puts her favorite Strawberry Land friends back together again.
Okay.
And they put on a talent show. It's musical, fanciful.
And very, very funny.
Strawberry Shortcake musical matchups. The first video play made just for little girls. New from Parker Brothers.
Introducing Pretty as a Picture, the freshest looking air freshener you've ever seen.
So pretty, so fresh. Pretty as a picture, pretty as a picture.
The air freshener pretty enough to put anywhere.
So pretty, so fresh. Pretty as a picture.
Pretty as a Picture, the air freshener pretty enough to say.